All right. Hey, I'm going to make a quick video, maybe not that quick, we'll see, of talk about arpeggiating chords, right, for the purpose of practicing, right-hand practice, for the purpose of maybe working that up into something you can use in a solo, and then also for accompaniment, right? I also want to talk about the chords to the melody to Freight Train and incorporating those that melody into your playing of that song when you're playing the chords, or to just pick out the melody. All right, so I'm going to use for the for an example of arpeggiating chords, the chord changes to that John Prine song. Remember, it was like two measures of G, 2 measures of C. This is the speed of sound only is 2 measures of G to D, and then back to G. Right, so we got G, C. So if I was going to do eighth notes, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to still have my hand on the chord, but I'm only playing the four bottom strings, the 4 thinnest strings, and I'm playing eighth notes, right? So on G, 1 measure of G would be a, right? That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So 2 measures of G, and I'm doing alternating picking, and I'm just I could have my hand on the whole chord, but I'm only using those 4 strings. It just kind of doesn't matter. Not that worried about a little mistake. Same thing, 4 thinnest strings. I got the C chord. I don't need that, but I'm just doing it because of that habit. And then D. Back to G. I made a lot of mistakes. Now, when I warm up, I'll get more accurate, you know, and you will too. But that's a great practice. That can lead to, so that's not just like playing the chords, because it's giving you a different voicing every time. In other words, like when we play the G, we're starting on the 5th of the chord, which is D. We start on C, we're starting on that note, E, the 3rd of the chord, and then D, starting on the root. Down so I can do it. So I'm doing alternate picking. You can hear I'm not worrying too much about a mistake. I just want to keep doing it. The accuracy will come. Alternating picking might seem counterintuitive. Why not just keep going down? But it does work better for building up a rhythmic playing and for speed eventually. Okay. Now so I wouldn't accompany myself necessarily doing it that way. I could, but I like to have some more lower notes and to start with the root of the chord when I'm accompanying myself. So if I'm going to play a picking pattern when I'm accompanying myself, I'm going to use the bass note first. So on the G, I want to hit this note first, right? And so and I don't want all low notes, so maybe I'll skip a string and go. Then on the C, I want to make sure my first note is at C. And the D, it's going to be just like we did it before, because I'm starting on that D, right? So I could do 3 other notes. I can go, or I can go, right? The important thing is to get the bass note and then 3 other ones. On the G, I'll do the bass note, skip a string, right? So G, C. I'm not skipping any strings here. And then D. Practice that. We arpeggiating the chords just using the 4 thinnest strings, right? More for practicing, just practicing the right hand and working towards maybe using that for solos. Then arpeggiating the chords starting with the root note of the chord and then 3 other notes more for accompaniment. You get that deeper note in there. Also good practice for accuracy with the right hand. The reason why I keep my hand on the whole chord is in case I hit a wrong note, right? Because then that wrong note won't be that wrong because it'll be part of that chord. Anyway, that's long enough for this one. I'll make another video to talk about the melody for Freight Train. Thanks for watching. And again, practice that a lot. Like just this thing. Like you can't practice that too much until you can't take it anymore. Well, I can use some practice on that.